My name is Paulina Bren, and I teach at Vassar College.
My name is Natasha, and I am a social studies teacher.
My name is Laura, and I'm a social worker.
I'm Rob. I'm a stagehand.
My name is Kate Cruz. I work at Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York.
I'm Rob Conlon, and I work for the state.
Tim Lawton, I work for Xerox.
I'm Michael Hall, and I'm a professor at Dutchess Community College.
My name is Lynn Esteban. I own a company called Brick and Button.
My name is May Parker Harris, and I'm just a retired citizen.
I'm Andy Nilsson. I'm a market analyst.
What I hope to accomplish is
to show that, we the people are not going to stand by and let all our rights, be taken away and go back 300 years.
I just want to be part of the movement and show that I won't be silent for the next 4 years.
We have a voice, and I think that we should be able to use it and to speak out against inequality and oppression.
To let President Trump know that he didn't win the popular vote and there's significant resistance.
bringing the things that I think are important to be added to the public discourse to the public. And I think it's important to march so that my young daughters, who are 3 and 1, can be part of empathy and compassion and action instead of apathy.
To ask people to stay awake and stay focused on what's going on.
Today I think it's an important day after the inauguration of Donald Trump to join the hundreds of thousands of people across our country to physically put our bodies where our hearts are.
We want to be a piece of the puzzle that the whole world is actually participating in today to reinforce the idea that Trump is not a normal president.
People told us you'll get 25 people. I was like, no, we'll get 100 people. And it just started growing. We had to up our permits and our insurance 5 times now to the maximum because we were asking people to register. Most people didn't even register, but I think by yesterday evening we had 2,000 registered to come. We don't want this to just be a march and then it's over. We're hoping precisely to awaken people to their sort of political identity, political consciousness, and that this carries over, that they join groups, that they go to local elections. This is what's important. This is what needs to be done now.
I hope people take away from the event that you can get involved on any level, at any time that it moves you or it strikes you, that to get out and do it.
Hopefully, the turnout around the world will be so overwhelming that even people who are cynical that they think we're all crazy, that maybe it'll make them stop and think, well, if the whole world is thinking this way and we're on the other side, maybe there's something wrong with, the Trump side. So it's to focus attention on a problem early on so it doesn't fester and get worse. It's already bad enough.
I think it's time that we all pull together. We need to have a voice. It's time to organize. And as Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high.
I think it's important that people realize that this is not the beginning of the end, but the beginning of how we take our country back. And that we make change for it in a positive way and show that we're not going to just stand by and let things happen without speaking out.
What would I want Trump to know?
That there are people that really want him to release his tax forms, because we want to get to the bottom of what he's all about.
I would like Trump to know how many people are not in his category of being a billionaire. I work with people who are in the poverty level all day long, and they're struggling today. So where are they going to be before?
Well, what I would like him to do is, as I tell my students, take a deep breath, step back, and make a good choice.
I would want him to really actively listen to what we're saying and recognize that he is a representative of all people and not just those who voted for him.
America's part of the world, and there are a lot of people who don't like his vision, don't share it.
I think that his inaugural address spoke to his core supporters, right? And they are not the majority of Americans. So listen, think about, this is a women's march, think about women's issues, equal rights, think about health care, the Affordable Care Act. Will he really replace it with something that how many, 11, I'm not sure, 20 million people need, start listening and stop talking.
I would ask him to open his heart to all the people of the world, and not to be so selfish, and to transmit that message to all people, all nations.
I would say that I want Mr. Trump to think about his own humanity and his honesty and stop trying to appeal to the base instincts that people have and try to elevate their instincts to respect humanity and people in general.
If Trump takes away anything from this event, if he's watching, and I'm sure he'll be tweeting about it, I hope that he takes away that the people are watching globally, and what he's doing is inappropriate, it's inhumane, and no one's going to stand for it, and people are going to keep rising up, and that's why we're all here, is to rise up.
He's got to remember, and I'm sure he does know, that 3 million more people didn't vote for him, so he's actually in the minority. And I thought his inaugural speech was pretty awful. It sounded like it was written by a third grader. And I just think that, it kind of reminds me of the 60s. I was part of that whole, 60s revolution, and I feel it in my bones again that it's sort of it's happening again, unfortunately. But that the 60s made some changes, and I hope this time it works again, maybe a little faster.
It's sort of a wake-up call for everybody, and we really wanted this march to be inclusive. We didn't want anti-Trump signs. We wanted people showing signs what they care about, what kind of rights they care about, who they care about, what they care about in terms of policy and law. And this is really what people have come out here with, their own signs, expressing what they think and feeling politically sort of awakened, one could say.